In this video I'll be explaining what Cardano is, breaking down the project and comparing it to other smart contract platforms, and is Cardano a good project to HODL through the next crypto bull market. Hello guys, and welcome back to Cryptocraver, the channel that teaches you about crypto. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm, and if you want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Disclaimer, this video is not intended as financial advice, and before investing you should always do your own due diligence. So let's get into the video. What is Cardano? To sum up Cardano in a sentence, it's blockchain 3.0. That's actually what the Cardano Foundation say in their website. But what do they mean by blockchain 3.0? So the first blockchain was found in 2009, so stage 1 blockchain would be Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was decentralized e-money, which was just from one person to another person transferring of value without requiring a centralized entity like a bank, like a broker, agent, or something like similar to that. Stage 2 blockchain would be Ethereum. What Ethereum did was take the best properties of Bitcoin but add a few other things, mainly the smart contract ability on the Ethereum network. So stage 3 blockchain would have to build on top of stage 1 and stage 2, and its job would be to build on top of it and solve the existing issues of previous blockchains. So what are the issues of generation 1, generation 2 blockchains, i.e. Bitcoin and Ethereum? So there are many issues that plague the Bitcoin and Ethereum blockchain. The main issues are scalability, interoperability, and finally, sustainability. So let's start with scalability. So traditional blockchains run on proof of work or proof of stake. The Bitcoin blockchain runs on proof of work. In a proof of work blockchain, miners have to solve difficult math problems to be allowed to solve the block, i.e. get rewarded the block rewards. Currently Ethereum is also proof of work, but is looking to implement proof of stake. Proof of stake is a system that requires miners to stake a certain amount of coins to be allowed to participate in the production of blocks. Although proof of stake is more sustainable than proof of work, proof of stake doesn't require as much energy consumption as proof of work, but it still has its huge limitations. So what Cardano has developed is a system called Ouroboros. Ouroboros works differently. What it does is it breaks the world in epochs. So it takes the distribution of coins and from a random number is able to hold an election and choose the next slot leader. Slot leaders are like miners discovering a block on the Bitcoin blockchain. But with the Ouroboros system, it doesn't require such computational power as the Bitcoin blockchain and doesn't require such a huge energy consumption. This type of blockchain is so efficient that Cardano can actually implement multiple layers of blockchain, one on top of the other. In turn, the block producers can make multiple layers. So these layers can be, layer 1 could be like the Bitcoin layer, so one coin moves from one part to the other. And it could be a layer 2 solution on top of that, which can include KYC or AML information, which could be huge with the financial regulations. As you know, the financial regulators do require AML and KYC with all transactions. Another thing is the transactions per second. Currently the Bitcoin transactions per second, or TPS, is 7 transactions per second. Ethereum has roughly a limitation of 15 transactions per second. Of course Ripple has 1,500 transactions per second as well, but for that they do lose the decentralization of the network. They're still decentralized, but not as decentralized as Bitcoin or Ethereum. But with Ouroboros, Cardano does not lose that much decentralization as Ripple. Next up is interoperability. In the future, the idea is that there won't be one blockchain that rules everything, but rather many blockchains that interact with each other. Also, these blockchains could be connected not only with each other, so they can see what each other are doing, but they can also be connected to the outside world, like an outside ledger in a bank or something like that. So Cardano is currently working on sidechains and atomic swaps. This could be huge, because if they succeed with atomic swaps, the point of an exchange would be obsolete, because you could just swap coins from one blockchain to the other without needing a centralized exchange, charging a fee. The way that Cardano could do this is by observing the other blockchains and compressing their data and allowing them to see what transactions are on other blockchains. And the last thing is sustainability. When we refer to a cryptocurrency, we should not refer to it as a company, we should refer to it as a protocol. So it's like bridges or like roads or like the rail network. No one person owns the rail network. No one person owns the cryptocurrency project. It's more decentralized, so every person on a network owns a little piece of it. So how do you make a protocol like Cardano, which everyone owns a little piece of it, future-proof? In a protocol you must always make changes, you must always update the code. So how do you do that 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line? Because at some point the ICO money dries out. So how will Cardano be able to finance future projects and developments when the ICO money dries out? So to deal with that problem, Cardano has devised a decentralized treasury system which gets financed by Cardano inflation. So let's say a person, let's say Peter, wants to do some work on the Cardano blockchain, but he needs money for office space, for staff. So he goes to the treasury and he posts his idea, and participants of the Cardano network can vote or devote his idea, and if he's successful, he does get the funding to do that. This is a great thing for Cardano because it really does future-proof the project many years down the line when you know there's going to be new people, new generations using it. So for my summary, my thoughts on the project that is great, primarily because of the founders. The co-founders of Cardano project are Charles Hoskinson and Jeremy Wood. What makes these people very special is that they helped found Ethereum, and this part is absolutely fundamental because you see, because they helped found Ethereum, they have huge experience in building smart contract platforms. The other thing I really like is the Ouroboros system that they implemented into Cardano. This system can scale but doesn't require the loss of decentralization. And I think Cardano has the biggest chance out of the alternative smart contract platforms to overtake Ethereum someday. But there is one huge but. Ethereum has one thing that no other platform has, which is first mover advantage. What platforms have with first mover advantage is they have the attention from the media, they have the attention from the investors, and this would be very hard for Cardano to overcome. So as always, we have to give it a long time and we have to see what the Cardano team come up with and if this project is successful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one.